Hello, Jonas. How are you?
Good morning, brother. How are you?
Good morning. We are good. We are good. So I will do a little bit of intro. So guys, this is the second Haitian of the month. So on the line we have Jonas. So we're gonna have some few questions, and it's not gonna be take long, Jonas. And we say sorry because we should make that happen very like very earlier in the month, but we couldn't because of work. And sorry about that.
No problem.
All right.
No problem at all. Thank you so much for taking the time.
You're good. So I let you introduce yourself for the public, so you can do it yourself. So introduce yourself and your family. And I know your lovely Hada is listening, and we say hi to everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, look, my name's Jonas Desir. I am married with three children, one boy and two girls, and I'm a Haitian-Australian currently living in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia.
All right, Jonas Desir. As you can see, guys, it's really Haitian. Not better than that. I don't know how you can find better than Desir. Pierre, Jean, Jacques. It's really Haitian. And would would you let us know like how did you end up in Australia?
Yeah, sure. Look, I was adopted at the age of 6 by an Australian family in a little town called Ballarat, Victoria. And I was taken from my mum. She couldn't afford to care for me anymore. And yeah, I was placed into an adoptive family, a mixed family, Australian family. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So from that time, so you moved from Victoria to Queensland.
Yes, yeah. Just moved from Victoria to Queensland when I was around about, I think I was about 16. If we're just to touch back on my upbringing in Australia, I was my adoption and integration was a little bit tumultuous, a little difficult at times. I didn't really integrate into my adoptive family that well, so I found myself independent at the age of 13. I spent a lot of time on the streets in Australia and just trying to get by, just trying to find my way, as well as integrate and learn the how to best find my place in the Australian community. At the age of 16, I left Ballarat, which is the hometown of where my adoptive family live, and I hitchhiked to Queensland, which is north, where the warmth and the tropical weather is. From there, I found my wife, and well, actually, before that, sorry, you might have to do a bit of editing there, but
Yeah.
I hitchhiked to Queensland with my friend Don, and I found my son's mother, Malik. I had him by the time I was 20 years old.
Okay.
When he was a month old, me and his mother decided to part ways, and I found my current wife of 18 years, Ada. With her, we have two beautiful girls, one 12 and one 10.
Yes, I know them, and they are very beautiful. And one of them is got the is racer, and we are very happy and to see her running with with the passion.
Yes,
So and we definitely have to say sorry because of this way, but we say at the end of the day, you made it. You made it, and it was not every life should start like not every life start in a very pinky way, like everything is well, but you made it.
absolutely.
You made it somehow, and we are very happy. And you are one among the Haitian community here in Australia that really means something because you got your story got more juice and more, how can I say, more things to say about it. And because I
Yeah,
know there's others who's coming, but for
yeah,
now we were thinking even to make you the first, but with your wise way to see stuff, and you think that we have to start with the elder, and
mm,
it was
out
really
of
nice from
respect.
you. And Jonas, we know about you and about your family. So how did you integrate, like in terms of work? So what are you doing? Like just
Okay.
hmm
Well, I'll try and be as brief and as give as much information as I can at the same time. Look, thank you for acknowledging my struggle. It's been a struggle in many ways, but in many facets of my life. But also, it's been a huge blessing. So I really thank you for acknowledging that as well.
hmm
I still to this day haven't met one Haitian that wouldn't trade places with me to live the life that I've been fortunate enough to live. Um, the experiences I went through as a child made me the man I am today, and I'm able to provide for my family. You know, I'm able to provide for my mum, my brother, my sister in Haiti.
hmm
You know, look, I've tried many things. I was in construction for quite a while, and but now I run a successful roofing company, and I've always been involved in martial arts and sports. These helped calm my demons in my teen years.
Yeah, we
So,
saw that. We saw that on your Facebook. You're very in and fight.
yeah. So there's just, you know, it's so important to point out for all the there's lots of stories. I've done lots of interviews and stories on film and on the internet. But it's very important to point out each time I do something like this. Mind you, this is the first time I've ever been interviewed by a Haitian, so I'm kind of honoured and a little bit. I'm really, I feel a lot of joy about it because a huge part of my journey, my own personal journey, has been feeling disconnected from my Haitian brothers and sisters.
Oh,
Um, Hence why I have so much love and respect for what you guys are doing, and I try myself to do as much as I can to build our community
we
to bridge the gap between here and Haiti as well.
yes, we know that, and we know all your passion, all your
Mm,
work in terms of humanitarian project that you are doing for Haiti, and we know that you every time like you come with your own money and you integrate
mm,
with no fundraising and you invest your
mm,
own money by helping others in Haiti.
mm.
And we know
Thank
that
you.
you have the connection. You can't. The connection is in you, even after that long years staying
Mm,
here alone and struggling, and you made it. But you understand that somehow some others people, especially in Haiti, will need your help, and you basically all the time just sending your love by your way in the humanitarian way. So we
mm.
appreciate that and we thank you. And this is why the consul will thank you, Julia and I, and
Thank you.
for your work in this community. And because we can't really succeed with without a member, we need all the members to make
Yes.
it happen.
Yeah.
So now we know that you talk with your mom. So
Mm.
can you tell us how that happened, like this story, just briefly,
Okay.
and just tell us how that happened after all these years and how you communicate with your mom. So we would love to know how that happened because it's basically a story that people would love to know after that long year, and you just keep in
Mm.
touch again and you get back in the reality with your real mom, your
Yeah.
real family.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Look, once again, I'll try and be brief, but this is a story that always invokes emotion in me. I find it, I am on it every time I'm asked, but I always get there quite emotional because you never know where life's going to turn out. I remember being a 6-year-old boy in Port-au-Prince, Delmas, somewhere in Delmas in Haiti, and being told I was going to be leaving mum, and I couldn't really fathom, couldn't really understand it. But then to be adopted, come to Australia, and have all connections broken totally, entirely. I didn't see or speak to her for 21 years. Now, how it come to happen was I'm always on what would you call always, if an opportunity comes to try and better myself, I try to do so. So I was invited to attend a personal development workshop. I jumped at the chance. They put you through some amazing processes there, some amazing psychological processes, and they said to me at the end of it, you need to find your mum. A gentleman actually said to me, who was actually attending it, said, you need to find your mum. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. You don't even need to come up here. I can tell this from meeting you. You need to reconnect with your birth mother. Yeah. So anyway, he said, if you do...
It was just an issue for you, just because the person should understand that the only thing that you needed is to find your mom.
Absolutely. The reason it was an issue is because I did not fit in here. I didn't have a family here in Australia, which I felt comfortable with, and I was told that my family didn't want me in Haiti. So I felt very much alone. So that's why it was so important.
Which is not true, because Haitians culturally are very attached to their family.
Yes, but as a 6-year-old boy, if you're beaten and told this your whole life in another foreign country, you're going to believe what you're told. You don't know, you're scared. I know for me, I can only speak for myself, but I was scared. I'll admit it. So I went to the personal development workshop, and then they told me, when this gentleman offered for me to go to Haiti, he's still a very good friend of mine. He said, if you go before Christmas, I'll pay for your trip. And I didn't think he was serious. I was like, yeah, cool. Anyway, long story short, this man was a man of his word, and he called me up and said, have you found your mum? I said, no, So anyway, I called my adoptive sister, and I asked her to sneak the information to me of the contacts in Haiti in America that I would need to find my mum. And then my wife was the one who connected all the dots, contacted the people in Haiti, the orphanage, Haitian Christian Mission, and she ended up doing radio interview about it, saying that I was going to Haiti, and then they told the radio station told the TV station, and then from there it all just rolled on. Everybody, they decided to fly over with me and film me meeting my mum for the first time after 21 years. And for me, that was absolutely life-changing, and it would just, it completed me and made me feel whole. And once that happened, that lit a fire under my butt.
Yeah,
and
my question now, I want you to tell us in one word, because with the show, it's about it's not a long time. So in one word, how can you express? Just give me one word that you can explain how you feel when they told you they find your mom. You can't.
I cannot. It was. I cannot.
No word to describe this one.
I'm crying it now. I get very teary thinking about it. I just felt whole. She made me. It was the closest thing to a spiritual experience I've ever had. Was that moment when I connected my mum's eyes connected with mine, and that was it. I lost my legs. I nearly fainted. This is a Port-au-Prince airport, man.
Wow.
That's where it happened. In a sea of people, I was screening around and I'm looking, And the moment Mum's eyes locked with mine, I lost it. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. It was like,
I
you know.
understand. And me, I feel a goosebumps. I have a lot of goosebumps now, and just thinking how I will react, like because in this situation. And so you basically if you have something, how much knowledge do you feel Australians have to what actually Haiti stand for? Like what really Haiti is?
Haitians, well, I can only speak from what I've been told myself. Incredibly resilient. Haiti's a poor island in the Caribbean. That's all the world knows that.
Yes.
You know, but when they meet me, or when they've met me, they've told me that, you know, I'm extremely resilient and that I'm a kind person, you know. And I think that's what we are. We're good, kind, loving, giving people, but we're incredibly strong.
Yes.
And that is
Yes.
in my heart. I feel that in my heart. That's just how I feel, because I think we push through the struggle.
Yes, that's something that Haitian have, and they never give up. And this is
Mm.
why we have the low suicidal rate in the
Yes.
whole Caribbean, and probably in the world. We are among the country we have a very low suicide, because Haitian, they don't want to die. They want to survive and get overcome the problems. And
Mm.
which is a quality, I think, like a lot of countries in Europe, they are very good, and they don't understand how lucky they are, and they just let it go.
Mm.
So, so what? So I have another question. So, what are the
Yes.
top three things you wish Australians know about Haiti?
Um, Top three things. Mm. Gee, that's a really interesting question, Nelson. Top three things. It's, you know, I don't know. I've never thought of that before, but I guess um,
You know the
I don't.
hmm
I I think that's a hard question. It's a hard question for me because I live the way I think Australians should think about Haitians.
yeah.
I express that through my living in actions. You know, if
hmm
you ask me the top three things I think Haitians should know about Australians,
Yes.
is I would say
hmm
Haitians should know Australians are extremely kind and giving people.
Yes.
Um,
They are.
I'd say
I agree.
they are incredibly hospitable,
Yes.
you know,
I agree.
um, and, you know, I think we are very multicultural. You know, there's lots of different races here,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. I know. I
We,
know.
I really think they're the top three things that they're all things that the multiculturalism on the grand scheme of things, because we have such a small population in Australia,
hmm
we're not that multicultural, but we are open to it,
hmm hmm
you know.
Which is it's a little bit where you are now in
Mm.
Brisbane. It's a little
Yes,
bit different than Melbourne. Melbourne, it's a little bit
yes,
multicultural, so things are a little bit more on place. I still live it. I still
mm.
see it, like
Mm.
the kind of difference in between ethnicity between people.
Yes,
So I still see it, but it's not like when you go to
Europe.
Brisbane, where the population is
Mm.
very,
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very a little bit uh, more white than.
Why? Yeah,
Sorry, I have to say it. It's for
it's no,
more white
it's
than
real.
Victoria, not Victoria, than
Yes,
Melbourne.
yes,
So if you so just let's ask another question, like because
yes.
time, we don't have that much time.
No, that's fine. That's
So
fine.
what are the top three things one must bring to Haiti when visiting? So when you are visiting Haiti, so what you think like someone can bring for Haiti, like
For
as you know, Haiti as like what Haiti deserve, like really.
an open mind, open heart, and an open wallet.
Oh my God. Open wallet, but it's a reality. It's a sad reality because, as you know, we are poor. Like people are expecting stuff, and
Mm,
but
well, you
there's
know,
a way to do it. like you are
Yeah,
doing it, like in a humanitarian way,
absolutely.
to do it, not to give it, like to give to someone, just go, but you
Yeah.
do it just to create an impact.
Yeah, you know what I would say as well is, when I say an open wallet, I mean it in. Um, I don't focus too much on taking so much stuff with me now,
Mhm.
as much as I would spend my money wisely when I'm on the ground,
Mhm.
to make a difference that way. By
Mhm.
where I buy stuff, buying produce that's made in Haiti,
Mhm.
buying the Haitian rum,
Mhm.
you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, buying local, it helps the economy and it helps the people, helps the families.
Exactly. So, exactly. If you have like somebody like if someone is from Haiti is coming here, so what
Yes,
do you have a suggestion? Because we have a migration of Haitian who were
yes,
planning, like not the rubbish people, like as they treat like migrants. So we
yes,
have a lot of skills people in Haiti who want to
yes,
integrate and try to be part of a society that
yes,
really have a lot of things that they want to be done. So
yes.
Australia is open and Haiti have a lot of skills, and this is why the consulate is working very tight to create this path for new for youth to come here and to give their knowledge like for a
Mhm,
certain times, and
mhm,
some of them gonna get back to Haiti just to replicate
yes,
what they've learned
yes.
here. So what in this way, what do you have something to say to the youth that that are coming here?
Um, I say be yourselves, be yourself. Let your true self shine through. Because if you do that, if you leave yourself um, feeling, if you come open, you are able to ease adjust much more easily. There's going to be things that are so much different to home, but use the resources that you've got here, meaning our community, the consulate, anything you can to try and help ease the integration is going to be very important because the culture shock is very real and homesickness is very real. I
Yeah.
still get homesick after 30 years,
Mhm.
so
Yes, it's real. The shock, the cultural shock is very real. So me, I've
mm,
been shocked.
yeah, yeah, I was
I've been
thinking
shocked,
you would relate to that.
Yeah.
Mm,
A lot of now the consulate is as I told you previously, and we already made our point in our ministries and saying that the situation for youth and for students are changed here, and we
yes,
have new agreement with the Australian government and to change the situation for youth, and we are keep pushing to
okay,
find to make them treat us as a, we are not a big community, but we are enough to create awareness that we are
yeah,
here and we can bring something. Because Haitian,
mm,
wherever they go, they are a little bit useful and they are kind people and very like they work very hard.
yes,
They
yeah,
work very
very
hard
ideal.
and they go like to they follow the rules.
Mm,
So I know it's not back home. Back home, it's a little bit it's a little bit like a cacophony. Like it's a lot of noise for nothing
yes,
back home. But when Haitian travel, they'll really follow rules. So
mm,
do you so do you think like if it is compulsory for a youth to come here and just
mm.
learn and stay, or instead of that, that could they could just learn something and get back home and try to replicate it in
Okay.
how. So what
Um,
do you think about these ideas?
for me personally, uh, I would absolutely encourage going back home and giving back. You know,
Mhm.
even if you make a base here,
Mhm.
you make a good base here, and you've set some roots down in here
Mhm.
with a good friends base, a good support base,
Mhm.
so you can come back and forth possibly. But to go back and to give back is so important, and the amount of pride, when, the day our country can stand back on its own 2 feet it'll be a wonderful day for all Haitians. We really can hold our heads high again, you know. So I believe that can only happen through education and through work that you guys are doing to get people out here
Yes.
to further their skills. And like I say, it's a personal thing. When I say, it's easy for me to say, yeah, come here, learn it, and then go back home. But I'm saying have a love for both countries. You know, I love Australia, but I love Haiti. I love Haitians, you know.
Yes.
Um,
And we love you too, as a Haitian. We love you too. Yes. So basically, we're gonna finish the show, but not
yeah,
now. So I have some few questions and I have few things to acknowledge you. And I every time I talk to you, you express your love for Ada and you show how really important a partner can be. Today we
yes,
are not going to talk about how can I say partnership between a couple, but I
yes,
think it is important for us to notice to the youth and to hold the Asian here. A
yes,
good partner, it's always something helpful.
absolutely,
So we
absolutely.
we thank Ada for everything, the community, because if it was because of her persistence, consistence, and thinking that you have to find your mother, and she made
Mm,
the whole jobs, so we will
mm,
probably we at that time, so we were probably talking with someone else, and we are happy, and we thank Ada and all your family for this precious time, and
and I
for your
thank you.
precious for your precious bringing that for this community, and that you really cheers a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the acknowledgement of her and all that she's done for myself and my children and for Haiti, my mother, my brother, my sister. You know, she runs the whole ship, you
Hmm.
know. So yeah, thank you so much for acknowledging her because I'd be nothing without her.
Yes, I know, and I know. So it's very important. Some of our young Haitian, they come here without any support. They are alone, and they look really lost. They look really
Mm,
lost
mm.
because what happened? Like they are. Sometimes in life, you need someone to just guide you and pave the way for you.
Someone to love you and to back you. You know,
I'm.
when I met Ada,
Hmm.
I it was the first time in a very long time someone showed me unconditional love. We've worked together, we've built this everything we have together. You know, so with someone giving me that kind of support, it gave me the strength and the motivation to be able to fight for more, to be able to fight for myself, to fight for my family, to fight for Haiti. So yeah, so thank you so much for acknowledging it. It is such an important part to my story.
Yeah, I know. So now we are at the end of the show. Thank
Hmm.
you, Jonas. And the last
Thank
word for the
you.
community that probably they're gonna listen to your voice now. If you have a something to say to the community, to the Australian Haitian community, this is your time. Just say you have 3 minutes, and to the Haitian in Haiti, just say something. Do you have something to tell them?
Well, hey guys, thank you so much if you have taken the time to listen to this. I'm loving what's happening with our community at the moment. It's really invigorating the energy that's being pushed out now. Our community's growing, and I just want to see it keep happening. I don't know. I don't really have much else to say. I'm just very excited about the time we are in our community. So thank you, and thank you to the consulate for this honour and this interview.
All right,
Bye-bye.
so we are just right on time. Thank you, Jonas. Thank you for your
Thank
time,
you.
and thank you to Ada. Thank you for all your family, and thank you for the people who were listening. And we will get back. We were a little bit late last month because the consulate were on a travel, on an official travel in Haiti, and we have stuff to do. We have like papers
One last thing.
and
Happy Haitian Flag Day.
yes, definitely. Happy Haitian Flag Days is gonna be 18, so you gonna you are the real Haitian because it's the flag, it's the month of the flag. So enjoy. So thank you so much, guys. So
Thank
next
you.
month, and we have our first Haitian of the month, Mirta. She's about to receive a certificate, so we are going to prepare yours. So you have to send your address because we send
Fantastic.
a certificate of another of appreciation and some gift from the consulate. Thank you, Jonas, and
Thank you,
talk
Julia.
later. All right, thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Okay, Julia, thank you too.
Bye bye.
Okay,
Thank
bye,
you.
bye.